Ever wondered why people throw shade when you're shining bright? They throw shade, whisper behind your back, trying to dim what they can't understand. But here's the truth. Their actions say more about them than they ever could about you. Your power is unshakable, unstoppable, and today we're going to unravel the mystery behind their behavior. Your high vibration overwhelms their weak spirit, which is the first reason why people throw shade and try to make you look bad. Your energy is a blazing fire in a cold, dark room, illuminating everything they've tried to keep in the shadows, their insecurities, their doubts, their fears. Without uttering a word, your presence alone disrupts their fragile sense of control. They react with scorn, not because of anything you've done, but because of what you embody, a power they can't grasp and a peace they'll never possess. At a family gathering, tension hangs in the air like a thick fog. You step in, and your cousin, the one who's always had an edge of resentment, greets you with a smile as cold as winter. All night, she makes pointed remarks about your lucky breaks and your too-perfect life, subtly trying to drag you down. The others in the room exchange uneasy glances, aware of the undercurrent but too fearful to call it out. What they don't understand is that this isn't about you. It's about what your presence stirs within her. Your high vibration is a mirror, reflecting her deepest insecurities and magnifying her jealousy. Your light doesn't just glow, it burns through the darkness they cling to. They throw shade because it's the only defense left when confronted by a force as pure and unwavering as yours. Your energy is an immovable mountain, a tidal wave of truth that leaves them feeling exposed and powerless. They can't comprehend the depth of your inner strength, so they strike out, hoping to dim your brilliance. But their attempts to undermine you only serve to fuel your fire, making your light shine even brighter. You are a beacon, an unstoppable force, and their weak spirits crumble in the face of your high vibration. The second reason why people throw shade and try to make you look bad is that they are inspired but can't admit it. Your accomplishments ignite a fire within them, not of admiration, but of resentment, because your success highlights the gaps in their own lives. Their ego, fragile and brittle, cannot bear the weight of your triumphs, so they choose to lash out rather than seek the wisdom you could offer. You announce your latest achievement, a promotion, a new project, or a fitness milestone, on social media. The light of your success radiates through the screen, and an old friend from school, always secretly competing with you, leaves a comment dripping with passive aggression. Must be nice to have all that time to work on yourself. Beneath the surface of that comment lies a twisted admiration, a jealousy so deep that it masks itself as indifference or even disdain. Later, you hear whispers. She's been saying you must be exaggerating, that no one could possibly achieve that much without cutting corners or fabricating the truth. They are drawn to your growth, compelled by the path you've carved, yet paralyzed by their own inability to move forward. Your success is a mirror, reflecting their stagnation and unfulfilled potential. But instead of humbling themselves and asking how you did it, they choose to protect their ego, tearing you down in the hopes that it will make them feel bigger, stronger. What they don't realize is that their words are powerless against your truth, and every attempt to undermine you only solidifies the strength of your accomplishments. They are inspired, but their pride won't let them say it. They wish they could be like you, but realize they can't. And that's the third reason they throw shade and attempt to tarnish your image. Your very existence is a blueprint they wish to follow, yet they stumble because they lack the authenticity that flows effortlessly from you. The gap between who they are and who they want to be is a chasm they cannot cross, and in their frustration they lash out, hoping to drag you down to their level. You've noticed it, a close friend who suddenly mirrors your every move. She adopts your style, mimics your hobbies, even echoes your words as if trying to weave your essence into her own. But then, one day, you decide to take a step back, seeking solitude and not inviting her to a small gathering. The shift is instant. She turns on you with a venom you didn't expect. Whispers spread like wildfire. She tells everyone that you're stuck up, that you think you're better than everyone else. The sting of her words is sharp, But what she doesn't realize is that it's not about you at all. It's about the shadow of herself she sees when standing in your light. They covet your success, your charisma, your undeniable presence. But when they try to replicate it, they falter because it's not something that can be copied. Your authenticity is not a mask you wear. It's the core of who you are. When they realize they can't capture that same essence, they become bitter, their admiration twisting into resentment. They spread rumors and throw shade, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your refusal to conform to their expectations is a threat to their fragile sense of self. Your existence challenges the very foundation of their identity, and in their desperation, they try to tear you down, hoping it will make their own insecurities less glaring. Seeing your success as a threat, they resort to throwing shade to diminish your achievements. The fourth reason they act this way. Your achievements are like a spotlight that illuminates their own shortcomings, casting shadows where they've been hiding their insecurities. Rather than striving to elevate themselves, they choose the easier path, trying to diminish you, hoping to drag you down into the darkness they know too well. In the workplace, your consistent excellence is impossible to ignore. Management has noticed, and so has your coworker, the one who's been gunning for the same promotion. Suddenly things start to go wrong. Your reports go missing, crucial information is withheld, and in meetings, they boldly take credit for your ideas. The sabotage is subtle, insidious, meant to make you doubt yourself, to make others question your competence. When you finally confront them, they play the victim, twisting the narrative, accusing you of being overly sensitive, of imagining slights that aren't there. But what's really happening is that your success has become a glaring reminder of their own perceived failures. Every step you take forward is a step that leaves them further behind, and rather than working on themselves, they obsess over pulling you back. Your light, brilliant, unyielding, casts their flaws into stark relief, revealing the emptiness they've tried so hard to conceal. They fear that if you continue to rise, there will be no shadows left for them to hide in, so they lash out, not with the intent to compete, but to destroy. Yet their attempts to extinguish your light are futile. Your success isn't just a series of accomplishments. It's a reflection of your inner strength, your unwavering commitment to your path. Their darkness, no matter how deep, can never overcome the brilliance of your truth. You are a force of nature, unstoppable, and their fear of your success only serves to highlight the power you hold. The fifth reason why people throw shade and try to make you look bad is that they are obsessed with your life. Your existence, vibrant and full of purpose, becomes the stage upon which they project their own unfulfilled desires. They are captivated by the way you move through the world, by the ease with which you navigate challenges, and the success that seems to follow you like a shadow. But this obsession, born of admiration, festers into envy as they realize they can never truly possess the essence that makes you who you are. You notice a neighbor whose interest in your life goes beyond mere curiosity. They ask prying questions about your personal affairs, always wanting to know where you're going, who you're with, and what your next move will be. It's more than just nosiness. It's an insatiable hunger to dissect your every decision, to find flaws in the perfection they perceive. But when their attempts to get close are met with polite distance, their fascination turns venomous. You soon hear that they've been spreading false rumors about your relationship, your finances, anything they can twist to tarnish the image they've built up in their mind. Their obsession is not just with your life, but with the idea of what your life represents: freedom, success, happiness. They are energetically tethered to you, unable to look away, feeding off your every move like a moth drawn to a flame. Yet deep down, they know that no matter how much they watch, they can never step into your shoes. This realization breeds resentment, and in their frustration, they attempt to pull you down, hoping that by casting shadows over your life, they can fill the emptiness in their own. But what they don't understand is that their efforts only expose the void within them, while your light continues to shine, untarnished and unstoppable. Their obsession reveals more about their own lack than it ever could about you, and their attempts to make you look bad are nothing more than whispers in the wind, powerless against the strength of your spirit. What they hate most is how unbothered you remain, which is the sixth reason they try to tarnish your reputation. Your calmness is a storm they cannot weather, a tranquil ocean that refuses to be disturbed by their chaotic winds. They hurl insults, throw provocations like stones against a mountain, hoping to see you crack, but all they find is an unyielding strength that refuses to break. In a heated discussion, someone tries to ignite your temper with inflammatory statements, their words sharp and venomous, crafted to pierce through your defenses. But you remain serene, your gaze steady, your voice even. The more they push, the more they realize their efforts are futile. Your unshakable calm only serves to enrage them further, and in their frustration, they resort to personal attacks. They accuse you of being cold, uncaring, detached, anything to get under your skin. Yet their words fall flat, bouncing off the fortress you've built within yourself. Your detachment is more than just a defense mechanism. It's a fortress of peace, a sanctuary they cannot breach. It drives them mad that no matter how hard they try, they cannot disturb the equilibrium you've cultivated. Their instability is laid bare in the face of your unbothered demeanor, like waves crashing against a cliff, only to retreat, powerless. They don't understand how you can remain so composed, so unaffected by the chaos they try to create. It's a power they can't comprehend, a strength they can't imitate. Their frustration grows, not because you've wronged them, but because they can't pull you into their storm. Your peace is a mirror reflecting their inner turmoil, a reminder that while they flail and rage, you remain anchored, untouchable. They lash out, hoping to see you falter, but all they achieve is revealing their own weakness. Your calm is their undoing, and they hate that they can't disrupt it no matter how hard they try. They resent your independence, and that's the seventh reason they lash out with negativity and try to make you look bad. Your autonomy is a radiant beacon of self-mastery, shining a light on the chains they still wear, the ones they desperately try to place on you. When you make bold decisions, moving to a new city, starting your own business, or choosing to walk your path alone, they feel the ground shift beneath them, the control they once held over you slipping through their fingers like sand. A family member, perhaps a parent or sibling, becomes your harshest critic. They don't understand why you would want to leave the comfort of familiar surroundings, why you would choose to carve out your own space in a world that is vast and uncertain. They accuse you of abandoning your roots, of thinking you're too good for the family that raised you. But it's not about them. It's about you stepping into your power, following a path that was never meant to be shared or confined by the expectations of others. Behind your back, they whisper to others that you've changed, that you're no longer the person you used to be, as if evolution is a crime, as if growth is betrayal. Their resentment is born from fear. Fear that your independence is a silent indictment of their own choices, a reminder of the freedom they've never dared to claim for themselves. Your path is divinely guided, a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, and they can't stand that you're no longer bound by the invisible strings they once used to control you. Every step you take away from their influence feels like a rejection, a slap in the face to the identity they tried to mold for you. But your independence is not about abandoning your roots. It's about allowing yourself to grow beyond the limits others have set for you. Your strength lies in your refusal to be confined, and they resent you for it because it exposes the smallness of the world they've chosen to live in. Unable to handle your confidence, they throw shade. The eighth reason they attempt to bring you down. Your confidence is not merely self-assurance. It's an undeniable manifestation of your divine alignment, a beacon of inner strength that radiates through every aspect of your being. When you walk into a room, your presence alone commands attention, not because you seek it, but because your energy is so powerful that it can't be ignored. This terrifies those who are still lost, adrift in the uncertainty of their own worth, desperately trying to find the anchor you've already secured within yourself. At a party, someone makes a snide remark, accusing you of being full of yourself, their words laced with envy and hidden desperation. They hope to see you falter, to witness a crack in the unshakable confidence that surrounds you like a fortress. But instead of shrinking under their gaze, you flash a knowing smile, your light undimmed by their attempt to cast shadows. You continue to enjoy your night, unbothered, because their negativity is powerless against the certainty you carry within. Their shade is nothing more than a projection of their own insecurities, a reflection of the self-doubt they haven't conquered. They see in you what they lack, a deep, unyielding understanding of your value, a confidence so pure it seems almost otherworldly. This confidence, your divine alignment, is a force they cannot comprehend, and it stirs something unsettling within them. Their attempts to knock you down are driven by a need to level the playing field, to drag you into the mire of their own insecurities. But your strength is not easily shaken. It is rooted in something far greater than their fragile egos. So they lash out, hoping to dim the brilliance that only highlights the darkness within themselves. But their efforts are futile against the power of your true divine confidence. The ninth reason why people throw shade and try to make you look bad is that they despise your success. Your achievements are a blazing fire that illuminates their own inadequacies, casting a harsh light on the areas where they've fallen short. Your success is not just a milestone in your journey. It's a constant, unyielding reminder of what they haven't achieved, a mirror reflecting the dreams they've allowed to wither. Every step you take forward is a seismic shift that disrupts their carefully constructed comfort zone, shaking the foundations of their complacency. In a close-knit group of friends, you've always been the one who excels, the one who dares to reach higher, whether it's in your career, your personal growth, or your relationships. But instead of celebrating your victories, one friend grows increasingly distant, their demeanor souring with every success you attain. The congratulations they once offered are now replaced with snide remarks, their words dripping with bitterness. They start undermining your achievements with passive-aggressive comments, subtly trying to diminish the magnitude of your efforts. Their envy festers, leading them to give you bad advice, hoping to see you stumble, or even setting you up for failure, all in a desperate attempt to bring you back down to their level. Your ascension is a threat to them, a force that pulls them out of the shadows of mediocrity and into the glaring light of reality. They resent you not for what you've done, but for what your success says about them. Instead of being inspired by your journey, they choose to resent it, their envy morphing into a destructive force aimed at you. They can't stand to see you rise because it forces them to confront the painful truth. They're not where they want to be, and watching you soar only deepens that wound. So they lash out, trying to tether you to the ground, hoping that if they can't reach the heights you've achieved, at least they can keep you from ascending any further. As you walk away from these encounters, understand that their shade is not a reflection of your worth, but a manifestation of their own unresolved turmoil. You are not just walking through life. You are blazing a trail, a chosen one with a purpose that transcends their comprehension. The darkness they project is born from their own fears and inadequacies, and their attempts to dim your brilliance will only deepen their descent into the shadows they fear. You are divinely protected, an unbreakable force of light, love, and power. Their bitterness, envy, and resentment are merely the echoes of their own frustrations, ricocheting off the fortress of your spirit. Each attempt to undermine you is an admission of their powerlessness, a desperate grasp at a light they can never possess. Your journey is not deterred by their darkness. It is fueled by an inner fire they cannot extinguish. So keep shining. Keep rising above the noise, above the pettiness, and above the negativity that seeks to pull you down. Your path is one of ascension, and no amount of shade can alter the divine course set before you. Let them wrestle with their shadows while you continue to climb higher, reaching for the heights they can only dream of. Your light is your weapon, your shield, your truth. Now I urge you to share your story. Let others know how you faced and overcome the shade thrown your way. Your testimony is not just a beacon for others, but a declaration of your unstoppable power.